All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and as you can see, we got ourselves sneak peek number 4 for the November update. And as many of us speculated, Carnage is getting a brand new uniform. I personally didn't know Carnage rocking AKs and snipers was on my 2024 bingo card, but I'm kind of here for it, okay? Man's dual wielding some guns. Listen, I know this uniform is not for everyone. I'm gonna point out the elephant in the room. I don't like the color scheme, okay? I really don't. I really don't. And truthfully speaking, this uniform, in terms of visuals, it pales in comparison to the Fallen one, okay? This Fallen uniform for Carnage is, in my opinion, one of the best in this game. It looks absolutely menacing. I'm sad to see it go. It's kind of a similar situation that we just had with Venom, where this one looks cool, right? Don't get it twisted. The color scheme, everything, it looks really cool, looks very sleek. However, comparatively to the King in Black, I personally prefer how the King in Black looks. However, we saw the kind of an upgrade that he got with this War Star uniform. So because of that, many people are speculating that we might see a similar type of upgrade for Carnage. And if that's what they want to do, I'm here for it. But I know the visuals kind of looks kind of like an eyesore, you know. But he does look menacing, he does look diabolical, he does look evil, so I'm here for that. Okay, that is staying true, but the color scheme, they could have chose different colors. This looks like something my daughter could have colored in. But I'm here for Carter's getting a new uniform and possibly becoming meta. Well, again, he's already meta, but more specifically timeline battle meta. We don't see Carnage any given week in timeline battle. We see him in other world battle, and we see him in AC a lot. He's a force to be reckoned with there. But in terms of timeline, it's pretty much just Logan as the only combat character that stands out there these days. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do for him this time around. So on the forums, this is what they had to say. The symbiote that can turn its tissues into bladed weapons has combined with the most brutal and violent host. It's interesting that they're talking about his ability to combine and turn his tissues into blades, but he decides to use weapons this time around, or at least guns this time around. I don't know why. Okay, everyone is rocking guns. Venom has guns, Agent Venom has guns, Carnage has guns. I haven't checked Sleeper. I don't think he has any guns, and Spider-Man doesn't have any guns. But okay, so it says check out the new looks of this super looks. It's only one look, sir, ma'am. It's unidentified, but anyway, check out the new look of this super villain who has become even more cruel. So they're basically specifying that, listen, he's not becoming a hero like the rest of them. Okay, he's staying a villain and he has greater powers. And they didn't tell us to check out the patch notes, which means on Sunday we're getting confirmation that Null is getting tier 4. That's what I'm expecting. New uniform and tier 4 for Null Sunday. I'm calling it. If we don't get that, I don't know what else they could do for CP number 5 to wrap up this symbiote update. Now, the elephant in the room. This guy getting a new uniform. What could they possibly do for him to make him more meta than he currently is? Because he has the undead artifact just like Wolverine. However, if you check timeline battle, even before Wolverine got his most recent uniform, he still like was dominating. With X of Deaths, he's still better than Carnage. So you didn't really need this new Hugh Jackman uniform to take over timeline. And it's not like Carnage has a bad kit, right? If you look at this guy, he has immunity to guard break built in. I believe it's on his tier 2 passive. He has 40% damage reduction, which is huge. Maybe they could bump this up to 50, but 40 is plenty good, especially since he has the symbiote tag. So that means you're gonna combine him with Agent Venom, but having standalone damage reduction is amazing. He has guaranteed crit, which makes him really good because of his uniform bonus, increasing his critical damage. He has a leadership that has debuff removal and extra defense that applies to all of the symbiotes. He has iframe ignore on his third skill. One thing they could possibly do to make him better for PvP is giving him, I'm gonna say it again, super guard break on his iframe ignore skill. Right, he only has a regular guard break right here on the third skill, which is his iframe skill. So they could give him super guard break on that as opposed to the fourth skill, and maybe they could move around his damage accumulation from being on his tier 3. Because here's the thing, I doubt they're gonna make this guy a PvE character, because if they did that, he would essentially have to be better than Hulk to justify the purchase. And then that would basically make it so that everyone who just shelled out 1,750 crystals to get Abomination basically just wasted crystals, because the only reason that we bought this Abomination uniform was to buff Hulk for Alliance Battle Legend specifically, right? So if Hulk immediately gets replaced not even one full month later, which we've seen them do this before. I can't remember who it was that, I think it was Nebula. Yeah, I think it was Nebula that got a uniform, made her meta, and the following month they replaced her with, I believe, Hope Summers. So I'm not saying it can't happen, but it would be really shitty, especially for free-to-play players that decided to get this uniform to bump their scores slightly. If Hulk got replaced by Carnage, it would really suck for them. For me too, but for them specifically, because I have the crystals. Now, one reason why I think Carnage is not going to replace Hulk is because of the fact that his damage accumulation is based on him taking damage, right? So because of that, even though it's on his tier 3, being on his tier 3 isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world, because Venom has his accumulation on his tier 3. However, it's accumulation when he's attacking, so he doesn't need to get hit to ramp his damage. So relying on getting hit for Alliance Battle is just never going to make you the top choice, in my opinion. Now, back in the day, he was ABX meta. I don't see that coming back. I see them doubling or tripling down on him being a PvP character, and I think kind of the only way they can do that is giving him super guard break on a couple of his skills and just giving him crazy damage, because he's already pretty tanky. I guess they could make him more tanky, but like, in all honesty, I don't see what they could. I guess they could give him the 99% healing thing that they just gave to Venom, right? Because Carnage doesn't have the best healing. He has 2 skills that heal him for 10% apiece, and then his third skill, let me just go jump over and show you. His third skill has those symbiote goops that he drops, and when you pick them up, it heals you. So he has 10% here, and I believe 10% on the 5th skill. And let me just jump in here and show you guys. When you pop the third skill, he drops these little symbiote goops, which he always did from when he first came in the game. Then you can run around and pick those up. Now, maybe if he got like a V-pad skill, like kind of like Venom, to make it easier for him to collect those, then fine. But even then, I think one thing that he's kind of lacking is like a really big heal. 10%, sure, it's on 2 different skills, but I think he needs better healing, or a bigger heal, like a 30 or 40% heal, or like a bounce back heal, something like what you see on Thanos, where when he drops below 30% he gets a big 70% heal. Something like that would be good. Or Spider-Man, when he drops below, I believe 50%, he gets a 50% heal. Something like that would be good for Carnage. Outside of that, can't really think of too much. Like, I don't think they're gonna make him a support character, right? We already have 2 symbiote supports. We have Sleeper and we have Agent Venom. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. How do you think they can improve him? Let's get creative here. I want to hear from you guys. I really just don't see much else that they can do to make him better than he currently is, without giving him the ability to heal a whole bunch, and guard break like crazy. But either way, I'm excited to see another one of the characters that I really love and have a really good build on get some love. So it saves me having to move around resources